Hey, I'm Hozier, and you're watching Kink Live in the Bing Lounge.
Hozier. Hozier in the Bing Lounge. Thank you, sir.
Oh, pleasure.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks. Thank you for having me.
How's it going?
Good. Not too bad.
You played San Francisco a couple nights ago?
Yes.
It's not all a blur yet, is it?
A couple nights ago, yeah, and LA the night before.
How'd that go?
Great. Really, two towns that have always been very, very kind. This is my first time in Portland, actually. So,
nice.
Welcome. Well, thank you very much.
A week ago last night, you had a small little appearance, Saturday Night Live.
Yes. Yeah.
And since it's a pretty safe bet, not anybody else in this room will know what that experience is like. What was that experience like?
It was it was as surreal as you would imagine. It is like, no, it was wonderful. Getting to meet Bill Hader and the cast and crew are just wonderful. They're just wonderful people. So yeah, it was a dream come true in a rush, you know. But there was so many people there in the audience. Bill Hader was back, and Kristen Wiig, and then Zach Galifianakis was there, and Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen and stuff, just hanging out. So it's just like,
a little bit surreal, probably, huh? Yeah. So when you do that show as a musician, are you there early in the week, or do you just come in the last couple of days?
You do a couple of days before you do a camera test and
Blocking
stuff like that.
And
so
stuff.
yeah, so say on the Thursday, but the cast and crew are writing, you know, from Monday morning every day,
feverishly,
the whole week. Yeah,
from what I hear.
By the end they're exhausted, you know. Yeah. But yeah, a few days before.
And then do you stay after? They have like an after party.
There is an after party.
Can you talk about any of that?
Again, that was another kind of crazy one. I mean, very similar again, just seeing comedy legends just hanging out. So yeah, there is an after party, and unfortunately we had to fly to LA the next day, so I had to leave at a reasonable hour. So I didn't get to go to the after party. But
the after, yes, that's the one you want to stay away from, I think. So good choice there. So "Take Me to Church" is a big song for us here at Kink, and of course, obviously for you. And I had the question: did you start singing in church, or is that just a complete disconnect from?
No, I didn't. I would have done as a young child. Actually, I would have been singing at church services and stuff like that. Yeah. So in a way, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
When how old were you when you kind of figured out that music is what you wanted to do? Did you have a flashing moment?
I kind of always felt that I wanted to do something, always perform. But it was when I was 15, 16, I started writing. But I think it was when I was 18 or 19,
okay,
I decided that I would do nothing else. You know, that I wanted to do nothing else.
But when you were 8, what did you want to do?
I think I would definitely want to be a performer of some kind, whether that was acting or, but I toyed with being a doctor. I wanted to be a psychologist for a long time too.
There you go. Now we're getting down to it. It seems like everybody has those. Oh, when I was 6 or 7, this is what I wanted to do, and then when I was in my teens, I figured out something else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I always was drawn to music, and by the time I was a teenager, there was nothing else I loved more. There was nothing else that I wanted to be more than a singer-songwriter. I wanted to write songs people would enjoy.
Who was the first group that you really locked in on? Everybody seems to have those moments where there's one group that just breaks through.
Yeah, one big act for me would be, well, there's loads, there's so many, but one massive one was Tom Waits as a teenager. So
nicely done.
From 14, 15, he was my teenage kind of hiding place. Was Tom Waits.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that wouldn't have been a lot of people's choice when they're in their teens.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
But,
But what a great role model to have, especially for lyric writing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that was a big part of it. And I mean, there was a lot of blues musicians and people like Nina Simone as well, a lot of singers, a lot of jazz singers too. But Tom Waits for me just blew my mind. And
excellent.
Yeah.
That's really good. In town tonight for a sold-out show, and then you're coming back in February, and those shows have sold out too. So
yeah,
nicely
are they sold
done.
out here in Portland?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's like there's no. So we have a chance to win some tickets here in a little bit, but I'd love to hear some more music. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank
Hozier in the Bing Lounge.
Thank you.